So it's July 4th, and we are headed out of Manassas to Roanoke to visit family. Ostensibly, the passenger waiting room was closed, but this was pretty early morning. It turned out it was open, so we were able to visit the restroom. And then after that, it was time to wait for the train, and here it comes.
That 10-pound quick. I see it every once in a while. I think about my wife has,
And if you've seen any of my videos, you know who these macaroni and cheese entrees are for. Yep, it's consistent, it's reliable, so my kids like it. And if you want to see a longer version of the Manassas to Roanoke, I will tack that on the end of this video. Bob got a banh mi, and it looked pretty good. It was stuffed absolutely chock full of chicken, which you'll see in me. Yeah, it was really full of chicken. It had some lettuce. Well, no lettuce, no tomato, but it had some pickled onions. I had the stromboli. I had never had this before, but I was actually pretty impressed with it. And the nice thing is, it was not like a huge, oversized portion. So after looking at the top and the bottom and sawing it in half, I was pleased that there was actually quite a bit of meat in there. It was filling. This held me until dinner time. Ironically, on our earlier train journey, I had the banh mi and been quite pleased with it. Bob seemed to like it too. I would give it a 4 out of 5. And Bob had the stromboli on an earlier visit, and he had given it, I believe, a like a 3.5 out of 5, and I think that's fair. And standing at the sink, this is what you can see in the bathroom. There's a vent. It's actually quite well ventilated. There's a little bit of odor, but it's not bad. There's a coat rack and a grab bar. This train does sway a bit. And there's a reminder to not throw trash or cigarettes in there, seat covers, and toilet. This is at the end of the journey, and even though the train's pretty full, it's pretty clean, and there's like no trash on the floor. There's the grab bar, some toilet paper, sockets, I guess if you wanted to shave or something, and soap and water, and there's still towels, and the trash is not overflowing. And if you want to do your makeup like that one lady on the airplane movie, you can. Yes, that's me. There's the sneaky peeky. But anyway, so this is the regular bathroom. You can tell it's locked if the light's on. So basically, unlock, light goes off, lock, light goes on. And that's about it. We'll look at the disabled one next. The handicapped accessible bathroom now, it is much larger. So they do have toilet, sink quite nearby, trash. It's the same setup as far as sink and faucet. You do have an outlet. There is no place to change a baby in here, but there are lots of grab bars. I'm actually surprised because we're at the end of a 4-hour journey, and there's almost, okay, so now we're standing right in front of the toilet. As you can see, there's plenty of room. You've got the same exact setup with the lock. So you push this too, this light comes on. And like I said, I'm really surprised because usually at the end of a 4-hour journey, the floor has water on it, and there's a little bit of toilet paper, but not much. So this is the 4th of July. I actually expected. Oh, I never noticed that before. That's a deodorant thing, I think. Anyway, But anyway, this is the handicap accessible bathroom, and it's quite clean. I'm surprised. And this is the trash. It's right in the same hallway where the restrooms are. And you'll also see across from the restroom, there are water cups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our next and final stop is Roanoke, Virginia. All doors open here in Roanoke on the left-hand side, and it's a level platform. Watch out for the gap between the train and the station's platform as you exit. Take this time to check around your seat. Make sure you don't leave anything behind and prepare to exit. Thank you for traveling with Amtrak and have a wonderful day.
We got off the train with no problem, and at this point it was only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we decided our next stop was a vintage arcade. So look for that video coming up, and I'll tack that on the end of this video as well. And if you've been hidden under a rock for the last 5 or 10 years and don't know how this works, please feel free to like and subscribe if you want to help me out. But even if you don't, I hope you have a fantastic day. And yes, Tapper is a real game. It doesn't just exist in Wreck-It Ralph. I actually thought that for a long time.